All right, hello everybody. My name's Chuck Agutter. If you don't know, I am out here with my Airstream to sort of find a little bit myself, a little bit my direction in life, how to make a difference, how to make this life count the most. um, and the backstory on this, real quick, is my wife Michelle of 13 years, who was my best friend, we were love of each other's lives. She unexpectedly died in February, so that was about 2.5 months ago, and it was shocking and all that, and I found myself early on, the pain and the loss was layered with depression and hopelessness, and a few kind of things happened early on that kind of flipped the switch for me, and just ever so slight perception change on my situation made me start to still have the pain and the loss, but replace that with hope and optimism for the future. And so I decided to set out on this journey, and I thought I was going to just journal privately. But then I thought, there's a lot of amazing things I'm discovering, amazing people, amazing ideas, amazing world, that maybe I'll do more than just journal it. Maybe I'll somehow make it more open, unedited, unfiltered, available for people to see if somehow in my journey I can help others. So probably this is going to be too long of a video. I'm not good at this. I mean, I'm doing it, whatever, it's going to be fine. Okay, so here's a premise. Michelle and I believed, as lots of people do, that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, not the other way. Although many of us maybe remember different moments in our human lives where we thought to myself, oh my God, I just had a spiritual experience, and it can be powerful and you can feel it right in your heart and it can make you just cry happy tears. But I think that we're spiritual beings having a human experience, and we can tap into that feeling and that energy a lot more than just random events happening to us. And the whole reason why this is Three Little Lights is because Michelle and I had an experience, and I wouldn't say that we're like all into psychic mediums and stuff, but we did meet a woman once who was not supposed to do a reading for us, and we were just in line for a book signing, and she had just been saying, hey, what's your name, what'd you think, and signing books, like very, bland, nothing unique. And she gets to me and Michelle, and she looks at Michelle, she looks at her and says, you're very intuitive. Then she looks down at Michelle's stomach and she says, you lost babies, and they want you to know they're part of your team of light. And Michelle just started crying. I was like, oh my God. No one knew that we had tried in vitro, maybe 6 or so years before that, which at this point is probably more than maybe 10 years ago. And we didn't tell anybody because, they really didn't make it past the first month. But it was profound that of all the things that could have wanted to say to us, we're here and we're part of your team of life, it was the three little embryos they were in Michelle's uterus, and we named them Shug, Clementine, and Mr. Darcy. We didn't tell anybody this stuff, but we named Michelle's car Shug after that, and we have these two paintings in our living room of a chimpanzee and a gorilla drinking wine. They're awesome, and that's Mr. Darcy and Clementine. Anyways, they wanted to come to us because we weren't thinking about them. Like, I consciously think about like my grandma who died and other people that I knew who died, and I thought they're here and they can help me, and I want to think of them. I want them to be here just because I'm having such an amazing experience. I think that grandma would love this, or my grandpa Agutter would love this. So I always felt connected to a lot of people, and Michelle's mom had died when Michelle was young. So we thought, well, if there was a connection, then maybe it would be her mom. But again, it was another person, her mom, that we thought about. So maybe those people didn't need to come to us because we were already feeling connected. But the babies, we honestly, when it didn't take, we didn't think of it as losing babies. We thought of it as it just didn't work. But I mean, they were 3 or 4 weeks old. So that made us really kind of think about that. And we started a little company that we, 5 years ago, we hadn't done much with. And so when Michelle died, I really started tapping into this. and we were talking about it. We were talking about, well, we got to quit doing this corporate rat race. I mean, you know, it's fine, but it's not, we don't wake up in the middle of the night passionate about our jobs. And there's only so much of life you have left, and you should wake up passionate about what you're doing. You spend so much time at work, or we used to, now we're doing it remotely, but that should be time that counts in our life, not just checking a box so that we can live the rest of our lives. We've got to figure out how to make them both work together. So here I am, I decided to go out into the world mostly by myself and just put myself in a different circumstance, different surroundings, different people, different thoughts, read different things, listen to different things, and try to find my direction. And I know that it's going to involve understanding of what we really are. How do we look at this life? How do we make the most of it? And how do I learn to get past what I'm going through, and how can I use that to help other people? And I don't know the details of it, but I know that's the general direction of it. And I feel it. I know this is the right thing for me. And I'm excited about it. And I expect it to damn well work. And I don't know what that means, but this blog and this website and this YouTube channel are going to document the journey, and hopefully we all learn something together. So thank you for tuning in with me, and peace and love to all of you guys, and mwah.